Welcome to Generate, powered by Mittag Design Live, featuring Ben Kelly of Kelly Cattle Company.
And with that, we'd like to welcome you to another episode of Generate, powered by Mittag Design Live. I'm the owner of Mittag Design, Tucker Mittag. We're really excited to be back here again at Kelly Cattle Company for a second year. Obviously, everybody knows with everything going on throughout the year, there's busy times and we haven't really been able to do these a bunch. So actually, this is where we were a year ago, talking with Ben Kelly of Kelly Cattle Company. So we're really excited that Ben wanted us to come back up here and talk with him about this year's sales. So Ben, thanks for having us.
Thanks for coming up, Tucker. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, you bet. A year ago, we kind of talked a little bit about the history of Kelly Cattle Company, kind of how Ben got his start in the business and how he kind of progressed, not only selling the bred females that we're going to kind of focus, this episode on, but he sold, show heifers and bulls and steers all across his time in the livestock industry. So obviously a lot of you guys that are watching this know Ben. But again, like last year, this year, we're going to kind of talk about the Right Direction Elite Female Sale. Ben, let's kind of talk a little bit about the offering and how many lots, that kind of stuff. We'll just kind of do kind of a broad overview of the sale right now.
Very good. So we're selling 58 lots of bred heifers and cows. And this is a mature cow herd dispersal. So these are our very best cows. Some of our donors, or not some, all of our donors. And my wife and I are done calving cows. That doesn't mean that the sale is going to stop. We're going to continue out and buy from our customers. We travel about 7 to 8 states every fall. I look at just about every sale there is. I bid on heifers, buy heifers. So you're getting our genetics back and some of the very best genetics from some of the other herds on our bred heifer sale. And that's the direction. And that's why we're selling our mature cows, is I'm getting old enough, it's hard to calve. So it's just time to make a little shift in the way that we do business.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people, the sale's been on for 4 or 5 days now. So yeah, I'm sure people have noticed that, maybe those bred heifers the numbers aren't quite as high, and there's a few more cows in there. So that's really the reason. Yeah, Ben's just kind of wanting to step back a little bit and kind of enjoy life a little more.
Yeah, maybe go to Italy.
There you go. And talking, with Ben here a little earlier before we got this rolling, that term dispersal gets used pretty loosely. I mean, people, whatever your reason is, like I said, that term dispersal gets used, pretty frequently. But to this, I just spent the last hour or so looking through all the cows and the bred heifers, and these cows, these aren't just ones that are, haven't raised anything or anything. These are proven producers.
No doubt. And so you'll see, we put the support pictures up on SC today on all the lots. And Tucker and I were talking about it. I mean, just watch the videos of those cows and you'll see the support pictures of them, and they flat do it. I think there was 16 or 17 out of the 22 cows that we're selling that all have had breds that have made the sale in the last 3 years. Some of them have made more than that. I just pulled the most recent pictures up and did that. So those support pictures really say a lot, and how those cattle have sold. They've just done a good job for us. The temperament's good, except for, I think it was lot 57 and lot 54. Those are broker derivatives that they've got broker dispositions. I want everybody to know that. I mean, because the rest of the brokers are really quiet, but there's a couple. And this is the first time, I think there's a great opportunity with these cows. We have bred them maternal. We've been heavy with maternal made and broker in our program. We've added a lot of others, or a few other sires, but mainly a maternal made bred to a broker has been a proven success story time and time again at this place, that our customers have gone out and done fantastic. We've had our 30th state fair champion out of bred heifers, or breds from this sale in the last 22 years. I mean, Tucker and Craig bought one from us that he won. He was what was he?
He was a Liquid Courage Monopoly.
Liquid Courage Monopoly, and he wins X-Arbit. So, I mean, it's fun to see our customers. Our goal for you guys is to make money with these things and to pump out champions. And we have been very fortunate to be able to sell these cattle to people that can take them to the next level. And I really appreciate all the customers and everybody that's really helped this program over the last 35 years.
Yeah, I think probably one of the most impressive things that I noticed when I was through looking, and I'm sure, again, a lot of you that are watching have probably been to Ben's place before and looked through the sale, just how deep, we're just talking bred heifers here, but just how deep the offering is this year. I know, I talked pen 4 and 5 down here before, there's been some decent ones in there, and but there was something on my list I thinking about every single pen this year.
Yeah, we've got a lot of, when we sat down as a family here, this all started in motion about 2 years ago about me not calving. We sat down as a family. Before I'd done that, I bought a bunch of embryos and we stuck those in, and these were going to be heifers to retool with. And that's a lot of this sale is like the very high end. We haven't kept any bred heifers back of our own for probably 5 or 6 years now. We sold every good one we had, and it was time to kind of retool a little bit. Maybe it's been 4 years. It's just, when we decided to do this, we all sat down as a family and we said, hey, neither one of my boys wanted to come home, and let's just offer up the best that we've got. I mean, just like normal. So you're getting some heat. There's a full sib, a Red Angus that's a full sib to the one that won Fort Worth in 2023. There's a full sib embryo to Simmental that won Denver in 2020. I mean, there's quite a few stories. Just read the comments. There's quite a few big storied cattle in here that come out of big time genetics, and we've got different types and kinds. We've got breeding cattle, we've got show steer mamas, and I think we've got something that'll fit just about everybody's need.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's the fun thing about looking through a bunch of these this year is, you look at them phenotypically and they're as good as Ben's ever offered, but from a genotype standpoint, I think there's, they talk about maybe, some of the specific ones, that broker out of that 79B.
So broker, that was a broker. That 79B cow of Thompson's and Strides is no longer with us. Chad sold a steer for $107,000. He sold half inch and a heifer for $63,000 or $67,000, as good as it gets. And we've got a broker daughter out of her. She's triple clean. She's great bodied, great muscle, really sound, really soft haired, got a killer look, full bald face. I really expect big things out of that female.
She's a dual purpose type.
Yeah, she really is.
I mean, you would expect broker 79B, you'd expect that to just raise steers, but she's so cool fronted and still refined enough that I think she could raise both steers or heifers equally.
And really good chested, good chested and good disposition.
Yeah.
For those brokers can you get that extra power in them. Sometimes you get a little chest. She doesn't have any.
Yeah,
that's a really cool thing about her.
Yeah, Ben, is there any other bred heifers that you kind of want to feature before we kind of talk a little bit more about the cows?
Well, I don't know. I think there's a lot of them. I mean, seriously, when you're looking through them, there's a lot of females that got big stories. I mean, I think it's hard to just kind of pick and choose, because lot 4 is a 3/4 sister to the one we sold for Darren Sass for $12,500. Her first Wizard heifer comes back here and sells for $12,500. Darren sold about $19,000 worth of calves out of that cow in her second year. I mean, that's a pretty cool story. That lot 12, I think, is a really, really unique individual. She's an embryo from Menards. She's a Garth. She's really freaky looking. I think that one, Tucker and I were talking about lunchtime. I personally think she can go both ways in terms of making really good 3/4 mains or high percentage mains. I think she can also make steers. I just think there's so many different types and kinds. Obviously, I mean, the people that know me, I love them big-footed and big bone and kind of freaky muscled. But we've got every type and kind. So I think there's a lot of females in here that will generate some big-time success stories for their new customers, or for our customers and their new owners.
I mean, you just look at the track record. I mean, this is the 28th annual sale. I mean, Ben wouldn't be doing it for 28 years if he hadn't had success. And, obviously, like you talked about earlier, I mean, that goes back to all the customers, and I know he appreciates them. You wouldn't be doing this for 28 years, if you hadn't had some success. So
yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
So, and then, we'll kind of transition, we talked about, the bred heifers, they're good here every year, but really kind of trying to focus more on this mature cow herd reduction or dispersal. And I think one of the neat things about these cows, and Ben talked about it, how maternally bred they are, and they've been bred to maternal, but for all of you club calf guys out there, these things are bred for short-term investments. I mean, I think nearly every one of those cows excluding a few are either bred here I am or how great thou art. I mean, those things are bred for quick return.
Quick return. I think a lot of these cows can pay for themselves in the first time, because these are the mothers of daughters that have gone on and raised some big time steers here. So I think, or not here, from our customers. So I think there's JoJo, our 3/4 Maine donor cow. She's bred to all me. Great flushing cow. Has been a huge success story for us. We sold her a Wizard heifer calf for $25,000. We sold a broker out of her 2 or 3 sales back for $12,500. You'll see those support pictures on there. She's bred to all me, and then lot 46 is an up and coming broker cow that we flushed a maternal maid. She's got a maternal maid in her. Then everything else is bred to, like Tucker said, here I am, or how great thou art. And I think there was maybe 3 or 4 cows that we didn't get AI'd. I bought a really good Fu Manchu's son out of West Virginia, really big footed, big legged, real heavy muscle, a little shorter side, a little chubbier, just a really, really high quality bull. So the few cows that we didn't get AI'd, I don't think there's going to be a big drop off. As a matter of fact, I think that bull can really do some good things. So, and we'll have those bulls for sale privately probably later, or maybe we'll do a sale, or I haven't really decided what we're going to do with our bulls yet, but at some point but I mean, like Tucker knows, I mean, we've had a lot of promotion bulls over the years, and that's what we buy. Ones that are good enough to be a promotion bull, those are what we turn out in our pasture.
For sure. Yeah. And, you just look, you look at that list of cows as you scroll on down the sale. I mean, you look at the pedigrees, like Ben said, they're maternal maid in them, broker in them, Irish whiskey sons or Irish whiskey directly in them. I mean, there's no better bulls that work with Here I Am or Here I Am sons than those types of pedigrees. No
doubt. I mean, like that steer that was reserved at the Ohio State Fair 3 years ago, or was it 3 or 4 years ago, that Carrie Klinger Webb, that was a broker Angus. Her mother sold here. Her daughter is selling on the sale. She's a bankroll broker out of Big Mama. So for the people that said, this debate happens a lot, that you can't raise one out of a maternal one. And I've got 27 state fair champions, or my customers have 7 state fair champions that will tell you otherwise.
I mean, you look at how great this pedigree he is.
Yeah.
Here I Am broker. So obviously that works. So,
yeah.
Ben, do you have anything else, as far as the sale or anything that you want to let people know?
I think the biggest thing is just, I want you to be successful. So the biggest thing is call me, because I'm not going to tell you, if you say, hey, I need one that's more moderate, I need one that's really stout, I need one that's more breeding cattle looking, I will get you to the right ones. And I give you my word on that. I mean, that's the most important thing, because if you're successful and you make money with them, you raise some champions with them, you'll be back to buy another one. And that's the way we've done business for the last 35 years that I've been doing this.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, that is the nice thing. I mean, Ben is as honest as they come. I mean, I'm not just saying that because I'm his buddy. I mean, I truly believe that. We bought cattle from him over the years and had a ton of success with them. So, like I said, if you have any questions, if you can't make it to Dallas Center, be sure to call Ben, because he will. He'll be honest with you. He'll get you what you need to. And there might be ones that look good to you online that think will fit your program that, took a really good picture, took a really good video, maybe didn't on the flip side of that,
right?
That you're going to get them to the one that they really
No
want.
doubt. I mean, because I've had some people, Tucker and I were talking about at lunchtime. We had a guy one year that buy one, he wanted a show steer donor mama. He doesn't even ask me, and he buys one that is more breeding cattle all the way through. He's disappointed. I don't want that. I want you, if you want a show steer mama, you tell me what your definition of her is in terms of size, foot size, bone, and muscle. And if I don't have that, what you're looking for, I'll tell you. And if I've got her, I'll tell you.
And if you don't, you'll help them find her.
Oh, absolutely.
So, I know we've talked about the cattle and stuff like that. Let's talk a little bit about the specifics of the actual sale. When is it? Extended time? When does that start? And that kind of stuff, Ben.
So the sale is next Tuesday, December 12th on SC Online. The bidding opens up at 5 p.m. Extended bidding goes at 7. Usually we have a pretty snappy sale. Last year, I think it ran to about 11 Central Standard Time. And the biggest problem, it's a great problem to have, but people start dropping down on when they get some of their lots, their favorite lots got a little too high, they start calling me and then they start bidding. And that's what always makes the sale go a little longer. And I really appreciate the confidence in our customers to drop down and keep buying animals. And when you're as deep as we are, it's really easy to do that. So this sale we're hoping to have it done by 10 p.m. Central, but realistically, I'll probably be around 11ish. 10:30, somewhere in there.
Online sales, you just never know.
Yeah, you don't
I mean,
know.
there's no hats or anything like that.
No, there's no.
To keep pumping. I mean, the sale's it's all going to be live bids, and when it's done, it's done.
And it's done, it's done. Yeah.
Anything else, Ben, that you've got?
No, like I said, I just really appreciate our customers. It's been a lot of fun. And we're taking a different route in our lives, and we're slowing down, but I'll still be out there buying cattle. Like I always say, today you're my customer, tomorrow I'm yours. We want to help you market your cattle. We want you to be successful, and we greatly appreciate all of you all.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, appreciate Ben having us up here again. If you've got any questions or anything, like you said, get a hold of Ben. I know Ben will probably put together some graphics and stuff. There'll be some other people, as far as some consultants, that you'll be able to talk to as well and get another opinion on them also. So a lot of people to get a hold of, and people that have been through them and have seen them as well. So Ben, again, thanks for having us up here.
Hey, thank you, Todd. We really appreciate everything. Take care.